Because I am for freedom. I think freedom is the most valuable thing which every human has, and Bitcoin is a tool to realize this freedom. So if someone will, for instance, broke consensus algorithm of Ethereum or Bitcoin, nothing will happen, just community will fix the problem and will continue right through blockchain.
Snoop Dogg brings digital wheat firms in metaverse. On the other hand, hackers steal millions of dollars in crypto. It's all about online business in cryptocurrency. Hi, my name is Daria and welcome to Introwise. But do you need for your online business as a solopreneur cryptocurrency wallet, or do you need to start farming? All these questions we'll ask our expert with us as Stanislav Podyachev from Havon. Stanislav, I am happy to see you here.
I'm glad to speak with you, Daria.
What is the philosophy of cryptocurrency right now and how it was changed since, we just heard about it, cryptocurrency, and since then there were a lot of changes, so different types of cryptocurrencies and so on.
The first thing about cryptocurrency which was translated to the world is that the society can create its own currency without permission, without printing money by institutions, limited by the quantity, and that's the opposite to traditional fiat money, which are printed in the way the government wants. And this was the first point. But now, 11 years after, the ecosystem of cryptocurrencies grew up. The problem is that you cannot print as much as you want. Because the quantity of Bitcoin and the quantity of Ethereum, the main cryptocurrencies by capitalization, are limited by time. So we can calculate in any time how much Bitcoin will be in circulation and approximately how much Ethereum will be in circulation. And that's the opposition between this printable money, paper money of central banks, we call it fiat money, and digital currency, cryptocurrencies. So if someone will, for instance, broke consensus algorithm of Ethereum or Bitcoin, nothing will happen, just community will fix the problem and will continue right through blockchain.
Stanislav, there is a common myth that cryptocurrency is only used by money launderers and drug dealers, so it looks like that it's not legal thing. But could you just explain and transfer it to arguments why cryptocurrency is not a legal thing?
All the things you mentioned before are existing. And they were existing long time ago, before Bitcoin came to the stage. And if you want to fight, for instance, with illegal drugs, you have to fight with legal drugs, not with Bitcoin or traditional money.
But despite this fact, some countries did. For example, China, Morocco, they fight to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, China is fighting not cryptocurrency and not Bitcoin and not mining. China is fighting freedom. Bitcoin is a freedom for people to make transactions without permissions. That's the key value of Bitcoin. And the government of China tries to control over people there. They even made a social rating to get control there where now any state didn't control people. And sure, they control messengers, they control telephones, they control internet. The great Chinese firewall, I guess you know what I'm talking about. And it is not a surprise for me that for one day China would ban mining or cryptocurrencies at all. So it's not a surprise. And I guess totalitarian countries will follow this way, and liberal countries, democratic countries will go another way. They will adopt this technology. First of all, understanding that in traditional financial system and in traditional financial science, there are some questions which cannot be answered by traditional financial system now.
Yeah, but
politics.
We could say that about 44% of the online cryptocurrency users are just libertarians. So you just said that it's a really important fact. But if we are talking about digital money and cryptocurrency, so as I could see, USA could also, control more cryptocurrency market. What do you see right now? Because there is even a competition between digital money of Fed and just cryptocurrency freedom market.
The Fed wants to create CBDC, central bank's digital currency. Yes, it will be a competitor for instance, stable coins like USDT, Tether, or USDC, or DAI. They will be competing, and if the state will see that the CBDC are falling and they are giving up this competition, sure, they will try to help to Fed or to national banks to help them to improve all these inventions of them. Yes,
what will be that market that's fall?
It will be very simple step. First step will be we as a government will pay checks to people with these CBDCs. Checks will be the first thing to be digitalized. And after that, the taxes will be taken in CBDCs also, and that will be a stimulus for people to use it. And in a parallel way, as I said before, if they will face with problems in adoption, or in a competition with traditional, like not traditional, but Tethers, existing cryptocurrencies.
Will they face this
I guess they will be facing it, and maybe the government will try to help changing the rules to CBDC's favor. They will try to help these structures. But what is a very significant thing is that the genie went out from the bottle. And this technology for 10 plus years came to this situation when you cannot tell me any financial service without my answer that this is realized or could be realized in a decentralized way. And that's the point, because all traditional banks or traditional exchanges are built in paper technology. Even if they use the smartest and the fastest computers, their structure, architecture is centralized. And the cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance are decentralized by nature, by architecture. And this makes such protocols, such services more strong. Like if you compare internet from one side to centralized telephone lines. That's I illustrated for you to understand the difference. So we could, for instance, build more telephone lines, and we could improve the equipment there. But from the other way, we could build Viber, Skype, WhatsApp, and build it upside to the existing infrastructure.
So what problems, banking problems, traditional banking problems could resolve a cryptocurrency for solopreneur, for example?
For instance, the first is agent's problem. Agent's problem is when the client always has less information about the existing way of cases in the bank. If you compare with, for instance, chairman of the board of this bank. And yes, all state laws are about how to make this chairman of the board acting in the interests of this client. But we see the classical Lehman Brothers case, we see cases of another banks, big European banks also, which staff had his own interests, and their interests were opposite to clients' interests. Mm-hmm. And blockchain makes equal for all. Sure, you have to understand how the smart contract works. Sure, you have to be able to read it and to understand if there is a mistake or not, if there is a risk or not. But the thing is that the book is on the table. If you can read it, please read it, or find something who can.
So, for example, if I don't want to read this book, I don't want to just jump in details. I would like just invest, as a solopreneur. So, what cryptocurrency I should, choose for just to be the most secure as I can? And do I need to go to any agents, or I don't know, maybe I need to help of you or someone else?
The first question is what the cryptocurrency is just a tool, and you have to have a purpose of what to do, which state you have to get in. If, for instance, you want to sell more abroad, you can use cryptocurrencies to get payments. If you want to realize your own investment strategy, which is not about buying real estate or buying stocks or buying bonds, you just want...
Service.
For instance, you want to buy something non-material, which can be transportable, which don't need any permissions to be sold or sent to another people. You could think about cryptocurrencies. So, when we take Chinese land, when we take Russian Empire, when we take Europe, when we take Southern America, we cannot find the place, with exceptions, sure, with exceptions about Switzerland, England. Yes, there are some exceptions, but the chance to get directly to make your money safe there is very, very small.
There are now, safe, but
sure, we understand because we can make
predictions.
Retrospectively, we can go to this conclusion.
But it's common that people say that, for example, Bitcoin is the most, widespread. So it was born in 2013, as I remember, and it's the most secure. So. To an 8. So, is it true that it's the most secure way of, just jump in and secure in a cryptocurrency?
I think that if you want to realize the buy and hold strategy, yes, Bitcoin is your case. If you wanted to make your money work more sophisticated way, you could look at Ethereum infrastructure, which is including the decentralized finance, decentralized exchanges, services for complicated products. And if you understand how it works, and if you will be familiar with it, I think Ethereum and this infrastructure are the best way to invest in.
Yeah, but now it's really very popular to talk about farming, crypto farming, and when I was a journalist on Ukrainian TV channel, First Business, I was talking a lot with experts about cryptocurrency firms of our oligarchs, and they made, millions on their factories, and they just managed to have these cryptocurrency firms on their factories that they privatized, yes, just in 90s. So how it works in the USA? Is it farming so good way to make money nowadays?
Look, let's divide mining and farming. When we say mining, we are talking about mining farms. And when we are saying farming, we are talking about decentralized finance, where you can invest your cryptocurrencies into the protocol. The most popular way is to invest a pair of your cryptocurrencies to the pool, liquidity pool for decentralized exchange, where your money will be used to satisfy the customers' needs when someone is exchanging one asset to another. And mining is like creating of Bitcoin, and this process needs to have hardware and electricity, as you mentioned. And why the mining farms are sensation? Because it is a very big or significant shift in our understanding that money can be not sent by God or by government. They can be created by society, by technique. That's the key point. Is that because people, if you ask people at the street where the money came from, they will say from the government, and then where the government takes it from, the question is empty. So you cannot get an answer. And here they understand that there is a hardware which transforms the electricity into the money. It is ideal entrepreneurship. If you have, for instance, chips hardware, you have to buy potato, you have to buy oil, salt, and then this hardware will create chips, and then you will pack it and you go to the store, and then you will get money. Here you can get digital money without going to the store or without selling something. You have this opportunity.
But for example, in Ukraine, businessmen use it for, just as a tool for laundering of money.
I'm not agree with you because, for instance, I didn't met the Ukrainian data, but I read reports from British authorities and United States authorities, and illicit activity in 2021 there was like 8 billion of equivalent of cryptocurrencies which are linked to criminal activity, and about 100 billion of turnover. You can see it daily. So it is just a part of yearly volume, is combined to hourly volume. So if you will read these reports about traditional money, it will be 10 times more. So why in media?
So black market of traditional fiat money is a lot higher.
Is more sure, and that's the point that there are many corruptioners and bankers. They built a very strong system, and this system works tens of years. And that's
professional.
Yeah, sure. All these wet banks, for instance, where if you are familiar with it, it is like a bank on the offshore island, and one time a year or 3 times a year, it depends. There is a hurricane, and it washes away all documents, all servers, and if police come to this bank, they said, we don't have anything.
So governments of different countries don't want that cryptocurrency just will work in their countries because they don't want to lose this potential of corruption?
Yes and no. If you are talking about dictator countries, yes, they are afraid
but
to
what
lose
about
money.
USA? They also don't want this,
In USA, like in every democratic country, there are groups of interests, and sure, bankers have interest to pull down Bitcoin, not to stop. They understood that they can stop it, but just to pull down, to understand that let's regulate, let's make rules, let's make governmental agencies responsible for it, from one side. And from another side, there is a big technological lobby which says that let's don't try to stop the progress, and we as technological companies, we will use this progress, and we will earn money on it. And that's the key point of collision of these interests. Who will earn, banks or new technology companies? And the crypto are like between them. And sure, there will be a balanced decision in the USA. And for instance, if we are talking about mining of Bitcoin with the usage of green electricity, sure, they can do it, and maybe it will be a good move to balance the season consumption of electricity. Yes, because the problem of green energy is that we cannot store the electricity, and for instance, if there will be a very sunny day, but it will be Sunday, the plants will not provide consumption of this energy. And in this case, it will be very suitable to have a tool to consume this electricity. And when there is a lack of electricity, you can turn it down and just send this electricity to production.
So, and to have conclusion of our discussion, so what do you think? Will cryptocurrency, replace even fiat money in future, and how many years it could take?
I don't think it will be totally replaced, but it is like a phone's line. When you will ask somebody to give your telephone number, I guess you will see cellular phone, mobile phone number. But there are governmental institutes, municipal institutes. They continue to use telephones with these physical lines, and sure, there will be a part of clients, a niche for traditional banking system. They will continue to go to the banker to say hi,
but
to
the
drink
percentage
coffee.
Of
The
fiat
percentage
money and
will
the
be
cryptocurrency in 10 years, imagine.
I cannot say you in numbers of how much capitalization will be, because I can, if you will give me my computer back and my passport back, I will calculate you how much bitcoins will be issued on date. But I cannot even imagine how much euros or dollars will be printed. I guess that cryptocurrencies will take at least 10% of decentralized finance, and cryptocurrencies will take at least 10% of financial transactions which are conducted by traditional system today in 5 years. Not less than 10%, because even big companies are start thinking how not to avoid it, not to fight with it, but to implement it. And most
Just
of all,
to live with it.
Yeah, most of all, they have power and they have brains to understand how they could use it.
Yeah, and the last but not the least, brand Introwise questions for you. Very short questions and very short answers. What did you find? How did you find your first client?
Because I put Bitcoin to ATMs and somebody came to buy it. I don't know.
People found you. Why did you become an expert in cryptocurrency?
Because people will say that I'm an expert. I don't know how.
Okay, but why did you choose this way?
I think freedom is the most valuable thing which every human has, and Bitcoin is a tool to realize this freedom.
What is the best business advice that you could give solopreneurs?
Invest in yourself and in your education. This cannot be taken out of you and cannot be confiscated.
Best time management advice from you?
Interesting. I cannot give advices. For instance, if I don't manage this thing for me personally, I cannot advise you. But maybe I write down everything in my calendar and I have notifications.
Oh, perfect! You should use Introwise. So there is a calendar. So and you could just put all your meetings there.
Maybe I'll try.
So
Okay.
I'll show you. Okay, thank you for this interview and to be with us, and see you very soon.